And a warm welcome to Arthouse. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Let's check out what we have lined up for you on the program. We enjoy a Drawphoria. That's how Saeed Adelakun coins his recent exhibition of drawings. To another solo show, this time by a young creative. So it's all about solo shows on this week's episode. We'll see more when the program returns in a moment. Do stay with us.
When my paintings refuse to cooperate and talk to me, I make them face the wall for as long as possible.
Let's begin with this solo exhibition called Drawphoria, which shows the latest body of works as created by Saeed Adelakun at the My Dream Gallery in Lagos.
Drawphoria. That's how contemporary artist Saeed Adelakun has captured his latest solo exhibition of drawings using either the pencil, charcoal, colored chalk, and gravit media at the My Dream Gallery in Lagos.
The theme of the exhibition is Drawphoria. The reason for Drawphoria is the idea to choose enthusiasm over phobia. Yeah, we all know that drawings start from scribbling. So we moved from there to academic drawings. A few years ago, I was in the art school where we were taught how to follow every step, techniques, how to draw with so much rules to follow. But the fear really does not allow me personally to be so free in making those drawings then.
To present works by Prince Saeed Adelakun. They're all interesting drawings. We feel should be at the spectacle at the front, that most artists should have a view of these works, not just for art practitioners but art lovers, especially for those who like the foundational practice of drawing. It's not something that most people draw to. And then the artist Prince Adelakun is an artist who has taken the drawing beyond the level of drawing as a practice. He has taken it as a daily habit, and which you can tell from the way these works evolve. Looking at each piece, you can tell that you can find a relation, maybe one leading to the other or the other leading to another, and then that's what brings most of these works here. And there's a lot of them in collection when we're walking through them, but we know that we cannot show everything, but we want to give the audience and the viewers the best taste of what the skill the artist presents, and this is it. In here you have a whole lot of
the work. The monochrome pieces with black frames explore different forms and subjects that emphasize the artist's definition of drawings as a revealing act which shows a sense of openness.
I like to do new things. I like to do something that is not everywhere. I've had a lot of canvas paintings that they are very nice, but I wanted to do something more than that. So when I wanted to, before the Adelakun, I was making a research about my surname, because the Adelakun does not have to do with rope, crown. It actually has to do with rope. And the Adelakun came because I was restless until I got that. And there was so much interest. People actually wanted more of the work. We came here, we have about over 70 sold. And yes, I have few of Adelakun left. But the foundation to art, in my own understanding, is joy. And I realized that the art today, we are leaving drawings out. A lot of people are not drawing. They are no longer drawings. And I realized that and I have a lot of younger people behind me, because it's my life. I can't do anything alone. So if I have a lot of people looking forward to me, and I know something is a background to the art that we call our career, then I should show them. So most of the drawings that I have, they came up as a means to actually teach, to introduce young people to drawings more.
Those who have known him over the years are impressed about his growth and how drawing takes the spotlight in this exhibition.
I knew coming here would never be a disappointment. Once again, he has proven his mettle through his exhibition, which is basically about drawing. And my interest was really piqued because of how I feel about drawing in the broader platform of artistic expressions. Drawing is basic, is foundational to artistic expression. In fact, when you're going to be discovered as an artist from the early stages of your life, most likely it's going to be through the scribbles you make, innocently. And here, what we've seen on display truly, confirms that Adelakun is talented, he's versatile, he's focused, and in fact, I'm yet to get over the pleasant surprise I'm experiencing here with what he's presenting. Drawing is an attestation to your capacity, to your natural endowment as an artist. These days, a lot of things have happened to set that aside to some uncomfortable extent, because there's technology that can aid people who are not really that talented. You have all kinds of gadgets and this that could aid and cover the deficit that you have as an artist. But here, there's openness. You can see from the works that this is a true reflection of the depth of his capacity as a talented artist, and I say kudos to that.
I saw a work of 2006, and that drawing really shows where Mr. Adelakun is really coming from, and it's really something that is very, very fascinating.
The artist celebrates the mentors that inspired him to come out with this kind of idea and choose enthusiasm over fear.
I remember, of blessed memory, a very good lecturer of mine, Dr. Mike Omoige, late now, may so rest in peace. He was the one that actually registered the idea to draw in this manner. But unfortunately, or let's say fortunately, I got part of it, but I couldn't really get everything. So, and like our mentors used to say that when you are in the art school, you learn the rules. When you go out, that is where the work begins. And when I got back after my youth service, I took drawings as a very important aspect of my life, like a daily routine of a thing. So, and I was drawing on my own, yet the phobia still disturbed. I still couldn't do the drawing as our lecturer would have wanted me to do. But there's another person, Master Duke Asideri, who actually broke the yoke. He volunteered to run a workshop in my studio freely because I have a lot of young people in the studio. So during that workshop, he came and he was drawing, and I saw so much freedom. I saw that he was in charge of the drawing he was making. Then I looked at the drawing, then I bought a book containing his drawing that day. And after going through that book, I was like, wow, this exactly is what I should be thinking. So much freedom. Let me be in charge of this drawing. Then I started with the capoeira series. And I made 1 or 2 capoeira drawings. A guy from Algeria got across to me on my DMs, and he was praising the drawings like, wow, I love this. Then he told me a short story about capoeira. And then now I have somebody who is really in love with what I did. Then I now took it forward.
We hope to see more of this because I am inspired even as as I am a senior colleague to him. It has really emboldened me. It has pushed me to attempt to do more in this direction. And I think we need more of shows like this. So it's a complementary effort to both the artist and the gallery.
Upstairs we have 2006, so the people will know where I was coming from. I have a drawing that was made as a student. I have drawing that I did when I was on my youth service, when I was teaching, because I taught in youth service. The portrait of African Queen was made in a classroom in Kaduna State, Campus International School, Angwarimi. So I used that one to teach my people.
You'd say with the body of works he's produced, he's worked on various themes such as the polo, the ballerinas, Capoeira fighters. That's originally from Algeria, that's the northern part of Africa, and a whole lot of rugby, football legends and basketball legends and the tennis players. You could see that here he's exhibiting not paintings but drawings, and one needs to realize that drawings are the fundamental for the artist. If you can't draw, I'm not sure you have any business in an art school or being an artist. And drawings are impulsive. There are things that they're done with lines, like using lines to make an expression or create ideas generally, and it could be done with different medias such as the charcoal, the pencil, pen, pastel, and whatever media you decide to express yourself with.
This is Saeed Adelakun's second solo exhibition at My Dream Gallery, Lagos. Every time he comes up with a show, it leaves the audience yearning for more, as his forms and techniques are layered with a message relevant to the times.
The beauty of her generation, calm like the morning waters, stern but merciful, strict but loving. The fading radiance, the wrinkled skin, the sparse and grey hair, they don't beguile us. Yagba, you're still an Orekelewa to us. Just a glance at her, memoirs of her Shango Ode, easily absorbed. We've seen her pretty daughters. Behold, an old Ikokodudu birth gorgeous Ekofunfun. Her damsels, prudent and decent. The young uns won't be misled. Iagba will not open her eyes for Talubo to enter them. Like ionizing X-rays, those sunken eyes detect faults hidden in the depths of our emotions. Those eyes have seen it all. Our exuberance fools us, and not terrence from our sage. Like cold water to the desert land. Restore us to default. Peradventure you find a community with plummeting morals, with Omoluabi virtues in decadence. Inquire of the hurts they've caused their old women, cause the way in and out of this world is one and the same.
The beauty of aging gracefully is certainly a divine reward that no one should take for granted. And I really appreciate Saeed for celebrating the foundation of visual arts, drawing. Arthouse returns with more in a moment. Do stay with us.
These are the works we sent in this week. This one done by Don Freddy, called Proudly Nigerian, even though the artist said it's sarcasm. It's done with mixed media. Then this digital painting by Gentle Joe is called Expectation. Then inside the new town hall is Emily Victor's acrylic on canvas piece. Okoronkwo Emi is asking for peace with his crystal pen on velvet card work. While Maxie Duke is saying, I see through the flames, a pen and coffee on paper work. Lucas Kumba has this mixed media work titled Back to School. And Ababiaka Sharif has Beauty, done with gouache on paper. Allegory of Shared Memories, the second in the series, the artist says we've been here before, is a newsprint and acrylic on canvas work by Ogunlesi Paul. Then this oil paint on canvas work is called Atmospheric Perspective by Abba Adams. And that concludes the works of art you sent in recently. We appreciate you as always for sending them in and encourage you to keep them coming.
Convergence is a solo exhibition by upcoming artist Titilola Fagbemi in Lagos.
After being part of several group shows from the I Design Art in 2019, Electa Obiring in 2021, and Dika Art Exhibition in 2022, it's time for young artist Titilola Fagbemi to go solo and enjoy her day in the sun in an exhibition titled Convergence in Lagos.
And this particular collection is titled Convergence, and in this collection, Titilola kind of touches on the topics or themes of motherhood and womanhood. And one thing she tries to do with this particular collection is to be able to paint the emotions of humans and then kind of portray that humanness or humanity that is peculiar to people or peculiar to her experiences.
So Convergence was first inspired by looking at the intersection of my mother and I, then looking at it on a larger scale, looking at what the intergenerational relationships are and similarities between the older generation of women and the women now of this age from a personal perspective and from a societal perspective. So my exhibition, how it looks like, this is the first time I'm experimenting with larger works. There are 5 works I'm showing of the larger scale, and they're very moody feel with the greenery around in the environment. These are oil and acrylic paintings, and it's a very subtle, calm vibe where people have the chance to interact with each piece.
The artist, who works from digital to traditional media with oil and acrylic on canvas, uses portraiture to celebrate human emotion as she's fascinated by people.
Just touching on what the topic is, which is convergence, I would like to speak on the first work, which was the one that burst the whole topic, which is called The Intersection. This particular work, I found a book from my mom from 1993 when she was 24 years, and she used to write a lot, and then I too write too. So that was sort of an intersection between how we're similar. I decided to create a piece based on that, and that sort of birthed the idea for the rest. The second work I would like to talk about is Flow Like Water, which is the one behind me. Still touching on the intersection idea. We found from personal interviews and also just research, found that sometimes some women don't understand what their mothers go through, right? So this was a piece to show that they didn't understand when they were younger why they were so harsh, but now they understand. So Flow Like Water essentially saying that though there's storms, though there are waves, though there's the calm, sometimes you get to the point where you can understand the decisions that your mother took and why she took them now that you're older. And the last piece I would like to talk on is Safe Haven, which is a work that has different figures in the work. This just shows how there's community from both the old generation and even now.
Personal stories, childhood experiences, and the bond between people find expression on her canvas with the use of soothing and earthy tones.
Based on what I have seen today, a lot of people do engage with the work, and especially the setup and how it feeds into the theme of this exhibition, because she also wanted to kind of unveil an intimate experience and be able to share this with people, because that kind of bonding with mothers is not something that is it's peculiar to each person's experience, and she being vulnerable enough to bring and share this with people to enable people have their own reflections is something that I think is really important and necessary.
The message I would have is to keep creating. It can be difficult, especially financially and things like that. But understanding the passion and understanding art is a way to document not just your thoughts, but history and the people around you. So to keep creating and pushing, even though it's very hard, I'd say never just lose that spark in creating art and creating magic.
The works of art have left a good impression on the audience as they see loads of potential on the walls.
This is an intersection between different generations and just community and showing dissimilarities. I think that this is something different from what Titi has done before. I've followed her works throughout the time we're in school together till now, and this is like pushing the boundaries, and this is her showing us like a new elevation of what is to come in the next couple of years for her work. So I'll say something great is definitely, you can see like feminism and companionship and community. So yeah, it's a great collection.
Titilola Fagbemi is a 2018 first-class graduate of Business Administration from the Covenant University, which shows self-expression and artistic experimentation and a first solo exhibition.
We have more exciting art activities, but that's when the show returns next week.
Next week on Arthouse.
Enjoy an exhibition of vintage Ashoke called Abatabutu by renowned art collector Simidele Adesonya. Then we see paintograph, prints, and mixed media works of art in a solo exhibition by Kunle Adeyemi at Tim and Carol Gallery titled Innovative Testament. We encourage you to keep liking, sharing, and viewing our page so more people can enjoy the ever-bubbly and ingenious art scene in the country.
Your Arthouse experience doesn't have to end when the show is not on television. Interact with us on our various social media platforms. See any edition of Arthouse on our website or YouTube page. Join our very interactive Facebook page by joining the group on Arthouse on Channels. We're everywhere.
That's the program this week. Thank you for being great company, and I look forward to interacting with you on our various social media platforms. I'm Melinda Akinlami, encouraging you to stay safe and keep being creative.